we go.
Well, hey, welcome to Takeover Live once again on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. My name is John Evans. I'm the family pastor here on staff. It is so good to see you. And over here,
I'm Brooke, and I'm the Leander youth director over here. And we are so glad that you guys have tuned in to join us for tonight. And if you cannot tell, we are in a new room back here. We are in the care center. We have a new setup. We're no longer in the lobby. John, can you introduce yourself for us again?
yeah, I'm going to introduce myself again because the microphone just wasn't working, but it's working now. Gotcha. Well, hey, my name is John Evans. I'm the family pastor here on staff. It's so great to see everybody here at Takeover Live. This is your place, your spot on Wednesday nights right here. Church, wherever you're watching, wherever you are tuning in from. So we are so glad that you're here, and we have a good night in store. We have a fun night. We have a special guest, and we also have a few things coming up. So let's just go ahead and talk about those TikTok videos.
The first one is our TikToks. We asked y'all last week to create and replicate a brand new or make up your own TikTok dance, and you could have submitted them to us through Instagram or by emailing them to us. So we have our winners, but we're going to announce them at the end.
All right, so there you have it. At the end, you got to stick with us to hear if you won our TikTok dance challenge. And then also, let's talk about our announcements. What announcements do we have tonight?
The first one that we have is Celebrate a Senior. And for those of you that don't know, you can basically adopt a senior from Rock Point Church. And we have 5 slots for each one, and they're for you to either give them a gift, pray for them, send them some encouragement through these tough times. Do you want to talk some more about that?
Yeah. I have actually signed up to celebrate some seniors myself. And, hey, what a bummer. Like, to imagine having gone through your entire schooling as you know it, get to the end, and you go on to a forever spring break full of homeschooling. And
I see this thing, and it says they're like skip day champions or something.
I
Senior
think
skip day
they
champs.
win the all-time skip day championship. They are like forever enshrined.
Yeah, but and through all this, they're actually some of the stuff's coming out really cool for them. They're getting extra gifts for their senior year, more time to prep for college. I mean, there's 2 ways to look at this, so why not look on the positive?
Celebrate a Senior here at Rock Point. We just wanted to tell all of our seniors we're so proud of you, and we just put it out there for our church to sign up to Celebrate a Senior. And if you want to just go ahead and do that, if you wanted to celebrate a senior, if you're watching, just go to our Rock Point Facebook page and you can sign up to Celebrate a Senior there. Once you get there, it'll give a list of all of our graduating seniors, and there's things there where you can pray for them, send them a gift, be an encourager. It's their time. This is the end of their high school career and on to the great next big thing.
That's right. And next up, the thing that we need y'all to do now is follow us on social media. Our name is RP Takeover on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and guess what else? We don't have it on the slide, but we now have a TikTok that we created with this challenge, but the name is rp.takeover.
rp.takeover on TikTok. Make sure you find us there. Click that follow button and let's have some fun with that. We're so glad to finally be there. It took us forever to get there.
Forever. But now our leaders are posting some videos. We're going to post our winners on there. So
follow us, RP Takeover, but rp.takeover on TikTok. Next up, we have our text reminders. Don't forget, you can text the number 512-710-2323. Text the word takeover, all one word, lowercase. And that way you can stay in the loop on things coming up. We're going to have some things coming up this summer, okay? So we're looking forward to it. To be on the lookout.
The next thing we need you guys to start doing as soon as we start talking is chatting in. So, John, since we just talked about social media, I'm curious to know what their favorite platform is. Is that Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook? I guess we can say TikTok now because that's a social media platform for sure. But, John, what is your favorite social media platform?
I'm interested to hear what y'all are going to say in the chat. So get going, start chatting in. We want to hear from you. What is your favorite social media platform and why? Okay, what platform would you say you spend the most time on? If you looked at your FaceTime on your phone, what social media platform? For me, MySpace is a pretty cool thing. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Okay, modern.
Oh,
John.
sorry, I'm ancient.
Come on.
I'm way old. So
come on.
I think honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say Instagram. Instagram's my favorite. It's my
Yeah,
favorite
why?
place. Well, okay.
I'm nosy.
So I have another account, and it's an account for
Oh, that's
my
right.
fishing
I was
adventures.
like,
It's for my fishing adventures.
yes.
I love that account. And I actually don't want people I know to really follow me, but people do there. It's for the fishing
What's the
community.
name? I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna even say the name, but and then I have a personal one, and it's just like me and my kids. It's kind of like just a way for me to post fun moments with me and my family. If I'm out somewhere cool, it's like, hey, stand there, let's get a picture. I like the story, and I like being able to click the story, and on that story you can post both to Instagram and Facebook. So that's partially why I like Instagram, is because when I post Instagram, it just goes right to Facebook, and I am not very into Facebook.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm an Instagram person, but I'm kind of funny. Like I always intend to post stuff, but I never do. Like I always forget. Like I'm always like looking through people's stuff, and I don't know if anybody else does that, but I tend to like look through the feed and I'll go through stories all the time. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, I should post a picture." But I'm weird about posing, but when it's with my sister or Luke or someone like that, I'm fine. But I would say hands down Instagram. I've gotten Facebook a little more lately, but I don't do Twitter. I have a Twitter, don't do it. TikTok, I don't dance, so it's cool to watch sometimes. But do we have somebody that has chimed in to tell us their favorite platform yet?
Yep. Let's see. We're gonna see if we can hear something from the booth here in a
In
second.
our little booth.
Yep. You can let us know.
Because I can talk to my friends.
Snapchat.
News.
And they can keep up with new. Oh yeah, I forget you can do that on Snapchat.
Okay. Well, I mean,
who is that?
we're gonna.
All right, Jade Corvo. I can't see it, so I'm sorry if we mispronounced it. Go ahead and DM us right now.
We want to send you a gift. You won tonight. We're just gonna do a giveaway. You won it because you chatted in your favorite social media platform on your favorite. Oh no, it was on Snapchat. But
You didn't chat it on Snapchat, but Snapchat's your favorite. DM us. I'll get in contact with you later on whenever we're off the screen.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, tonight we're so excited. We have a special guest tonight, and we're going to invite our special guest to join us here in a second. Stephanie Krinky is going to be here, and Cameron's going to be alongside. She's going to talk to us and encourage us tonight. So as you're watching, you can welcome Stephanie here. Stephanie and Cameron, y'all come on in.
Well, what's up, guys? Like John was just saying, my name's Cameron. I get to be the youth director out in Liberty Hill. And this is actually my mother-in-law, Stephanie. Stephanie, you want to go ahead and just tell us a little bit what you do and the ministry you're doing and what we're going to be talking about tonight?
I do, yes. Like Cameron said, my name is Stephanie Krinky. I have a mental health ministry called Be the Light Mental Health Ministry, and it's a topic that I'm very, very passionate about. And I'm so happy to be here to talk to you guys about this today. I am passionate about it because I live it every single day. I personally have depression and anxiety. I've had it since I was 14 years old. So over the years, I've learned how to manage it and struggle and fight it. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it. So I'm here to kind of teach you guys some of those skills as we learn about it. I'm not a mental health professional, so I do have to say that out of the gate. But I do have several people that I love very much that I've lost to suicide. So I tell every person that I interact with about mental wellness. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So there's some slides up here that you guys can see. So we're going to talk a lot about your brain and what it does and how your brain can lie to you. And so you'll see slides up here that will kind of educate you a little bit about
A little bit
everything.
like an anatomy class.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, just a little bit. So first, we're going to talk about the organs in your body, right? And you're going to have to forgive me because I have to cheat a little bit on my notes. But we're going to talk about the organs in your body. Your brain is an organ, just like any other part of your body. So if your friends had pain in their kidneys or pain in their liver, what would you do? You take them to the doctor, right? So if your lungs hurt or you were having trouble with your heart, you would go to the doctor. Well, your brain's an organ too, but the hard thing about your brain is that, you know, it's when you're not feeling right, when you're not feeling yourself, when you're sad or you're anxious, it's your brain that's controlling those emotions, and it's your brain that you need to be logical and help you get help, but it's not working right. So, that kind of makes it a little bit hard, but it's no different than any other organ in your body. It could just not work sometimes. So, and like I said earlier, it can lie to you when it's not working right. Let's see, what else do I want to talk to you guys about? The prefrontal cortex is a really important part of your brain that helps you make logical decisions. Well, as teenagers, guess what? Your prefrontal cortex isn't quite fully developed yet. So, and that's just a fact. It's biology. I'm not trying to sneak in some, biology lesson. I promise. We're going to move on.
Because you haven't been watching your school online or doing
I
your
know.
schoolwork,
I'm
so here
really,
you go.
your parents didn't call me. They didn't say, hey, could you give them a brain lesson? That's not what it is. So let's move on and talk a little bit more about the parts of your brain. So we already talked about the prefrontal cortex, right? It helps you be logical. But there's another part of your brain called the amygdala. You don't have to remember that. What you do have to know is that the amygdala in your brain, it's kind of in the middle, it is the part that responds to fear and stress and things like that. So it helps our bodies react to when you feel stressed or fearful. That's important because you need that to happen. It's the part of your brain that if a tiger was coming at you, your amygdala is going to be like, oh, tiger, I need to run. You need some stress in your life. We all do. We all have it. So that amygdala is going to help you go, run from the tiger. Well, the thing about the amygdala is that it remembers things. So if you're under chronic stress, and it happens all the time, the amygdala is training itself to respond to stress. So that can be a problem. So let me give you an example. Cameron, if you heard a bell ring, and every single time you heard that bell ring, I shocked you or I slapped you. Oh. Yeah, so let's say I did that. Right? Eventually, you would hear that bell ring and you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah.
You jump from it. Well, that's your brain training for stress and fear. So that's happening. But the good thing is that your amygdala, you can train it for good too. So that's really important to know. And your prefrontal cortex and your hippocampus that you can kind of see right there, those are the two things that help you kind of logically know that there's a bell and, maybe your mother-in-law standing by you that is going to slap you or
every
not.
time a bell
It'll
rings.
help you kind of sort through that, but it takes a little bit of calming yourself. So we're gonna talk through some of that. Okay. I've already told you that when you're under constant stress, that stress can just keep producing stress hormones, and it's a never-ending cycle. And it makes you feel anxious. So that's where anxiety kind of comes from. And then, it doesn't even have a reason sometimes. And that's kind of the really hard part is if you're stressed and you're not really sure why, that's, the cycle in your brain, if that makes sense.
Another thing to remember, it's okay to not know why, because a lot of times people will be like, oh, what are you anxious about? And I'm like, I don't know. And then people kind of get mad a little bit. I mean, it just depends on the situation, but it's okay not to know what you're anxious about, because that's what your brain does. It honestly doesn't know.
Yeah. And that really is the hard part, is sometimes you really don't know what you have anxiety about. So let's continue on. We've already talked about anxiety. Let's talk about anxiety's cousin, depression, sadness. So officially, depression, there's this long list of symptoms with it, but it's officially, feelings of sadness, feelings of loss of interest in activities. It could be described sometimes as feeling numb. There's a long list, but at the end of the day, you're just not feeling by yourself, And right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in your lives. There's a lot of stuff. Your school was canceled. Maybe your prom was canceled. Your dance was canceled. You miss your friends. Maybe you're stuck at home with your parents, and maybe life isn't great there. Maybe your parents are great, but they're home all day and they're kind of grumpy. I mean, I know I am. So it's hard. It is. It's a lot. I get it. And so I think everyone in America right now is feeling a little bit of that. And that's okay. So I just need you to know that there's a lot going on and we get it. And so we're going to try and talk through what we can do to help you with that kind of stuff and having a plan. All right. But I can tell you it does get better. So let's talk about how to take care of yourself. That's the most important part. The basics, the very basic, is get enough sleep, eat well, and get some exercise. I know that sounds boring. I'm not great at it either, but I'm telling you, even if you just do a little bit better, you'll feel so much better.
I feel like everyone's struggling with the sleep schedule right now of not having school. I don't know about y'all, but I still go to work every day and my sleep schedule is messed up. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's really easy to get out of a good sleep schedule too. So
Routine is so important to your mental wellness. And it's hard because, you don't have anywhere to go, right? So if you're at home all day and you're like, I'll just stay in my pajamas, it's fine. But routine, even the most basic one, will help you a lot. Other things that can help you manage your stress and your depression is journaling. If you like to journal, write down some of your feelings. You can hide it from mom and dad if you want, hide it, whatever, if you want. You can read a book, make sure it's good, healthy. When I say good, healthy content, if you're reading dark stuff, trash in, trash out, y'all. So if, you're watching sad things on the TV or you're watching things that make you anxious, that kind of stuff, that's your amygdala again, right? You're training. So kind of mix that up a little bit and have some happiness in there. Balance it. Do you find that, Cameron? If you're watching all those things that are spooky or dark or...
like Lindsay will testify, I watch Grey's Anatomy a lot, and a lot of that can be upsetting and everything. So sometimes I have to watch something more peppy, but I refuse to watch Tiger King. And
I would highly encourage Tiger King.
You would?
Yeah, it could be disturbing in and of itself.
Okay.
Though. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But,
this next one, I don't know if you guys can see it up here, but the next one is so important. You're going to hear me say it over and over. Say what you're feeling out loud. It loses its power. Even if you're sitting in the bathroom or you're taking a shower, say it out loud. That's so important. Say it to somebody else is even better, but we'll take some baby steps. Practice gratitude. Find something in your day that makes you happy. It could be Whataburger French fries. It could be a butterfly you saw. It could be that your brother didn't slap you upside the head or your mother-in-law shocked you when a bell rang. Anything. Any kind of thing that makes you the least bit happy. It's very important. And then another thing is help somebody else. That has so much power, even if it's just bringing in trash can, if it's coming here to help serve in the pan. I mean, there's a million opportunities, right?
Especially right now, there's a bunch of things that the church needs help doing, whether it's here or at home and all that. I mean, and not just here at Rock Point, all over the community. Yeah. That you can volunteer. I mean, with your parents' permissions and the social distancing stuff, but so.
Yeah, of course, with your parents' permission. At the very least, smile at somebody because maybe they're having a really crummy day.
Eye contact is a big thing for me, though. It's really, I'd use an example. I'm really bad, if I go to the gas station, 7-Eleven, and I just look down at the card and then, okay, thanks. Even just looking up and looking at somebody in the eye and saying, just talking to them by looking at them is a big thing. It may not seem like something, but it's a big thing for that person maybe to be able to, they actually acknowledge me.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you never know what kind of day they had. And maybe if smiling at them, that could totally change their attitude. It really does happen. So I encourage that. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is really a big one. Things that you can do if you're feeling anxious. And there's a pretty good list up there. The first one, like I said, I'm going to say it a lot. Say it out loud. It's really important. Say what you're feeling stressed about and try and name it. I think that's the really important part. So if you can be like, oh, what is going on? Try and give it a name. If it's something in particular, give it an actual name, call it Polly Perfectionist or Sally Self-Conscious or, call it that. And then when Sally Self-Conscious or Polly Perfectionist pops up, you can tell them, to stuff it. It sounds silly, but it really does work. Second, and most important, of course, pray. Pray. It doesn't have to be official words. It doesn't have to follow a structure. God doesn't care, y'all. He just wants to talk to you. So even if you say, Jesus, help me, I'm having a really hard time right now. He hears you. He hears you. And he wants to help you. And he loves you exactly as you are, whether you're feeling depressed or anxious or you're feeling not enough. You are enough. You are.
Yeah, and I mean, a big thing about prayer, I speak for me at least. I mean, like, we expect, like, when we pray for, like, it to happen right away and everything. And I mean, the downside to it is a lot of times, like, it takes time. Everything takes time. Like, so don't try your best not to get upset and frustrated at God. Like, I prayed, why isn't anything happening? And all
Yeah.
this, like, remind yourself, like, it takes time to get do all that. And whether it's talking with God or any of these things.
Absolutely.
So,
It's very important. Yeah, turn your problems over to him. He wants to take those from you. You know, if you're just carrying them on your back right now, he's ready to just take them from you. So release it to him. Breathe. Breathe. It's crazy when we are feeling anxious, and I know I do this. Like, all of a sudden I'll be like lightheaded. I'm like, oh wow, okay, I haven't like taken a breath. And so what I do when I'm feeling anxious is I will breathe in, like inhale for 4 seconds, and then hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out for 4 seconds. And do that a couple times until you really start to feel your shoulders relax, until you just start to feel a little bit more in control of what's kind of happening around you. It helps a lot. Change what you're doing. If you're sitting, get up and walk. If you're inside, go outside. If you're laying down, stand up. Just change. And when you are feeling depressed and anxious, that's really hard to do. So if you're going to fight it, that's what you got to do. You got to power through. Take a bath or a shower. Maybe that's just me, but it works. Something about it. I don't know. And then make your brain focus on something else. This one's my favorite one that I think you guys will like the best. Put a warhead in your mouth. Bite a lemon. Put a teaspoon of mustard in your mouth. Anything that's going to make your body go, oh, wait, I'm going to focus here instead of here. Put an ice pack on your neck. There's all kinds of things that'll just kind of jolt you into thinking about something else, because depression and anxiety can snowball if you don't get it early, and then all of a sudden you're in this pit. So, start taking control of it as soon as you can when you're feeling it. Okay, next we're going to talk about depression. So the next slide, things to do when you're feeling sad or depressed. Try some of the things from the last slide. Practice acceptance, especially right now in the middle of a global pandemic. We only have so much control, right? God is in control. We know that. We can only do what we can do. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be sad. It is,
the way I like to say it, it's okay not to be okay. You just got to work on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these steps are really good to do that. But
yeah. And talk to people about it, because other people are feeling exactly like you're feeling, I promise. Practice gratitude. Find the 3 things that we talked about earlier, the butterfly, the slap from the mother-in-law. Create a routine like we talked about earlier. Take a shower. Get out of bed.
get out of the house, go
Put on
outside.
pants. Put on pants. Pants are important. Yeah. Make your bed. I'm not really good at that either. But do your schoolwork around the same time every day. Working in your PJs all day long on your schoolwork, not good for your depression, y'all. I promise. It's not. Get dressed. Get outside. Get your vitamin D. The sun, it's incredible. It'll make you feel so much better, even if you just go for a few minutes. When you go outside, pay attention to the sights and sounds in nature. Exercise is a huge factor in helping with mental wellness. Connect with your family and friends. Connect with your leaders at Rock Point. FaceTime them, Snapchat them. Whatever you can do that's in your control right now to talk to people, talk to people. We need it. Human connection is how God created us. So don't lose that. I feel like there's another one. Oh, yeah, pray. I said it again. Pray. And then the next slide is a grounding exercise that's really helpful if, the mustard or the warheads or any of that kind of stuff doesn't work. The grounding exercise is hugely successful when you're feeling stressed or anxious. And what it is you take a really deep breath, and if you can go outside, it's even better. But you find 5 things that you can see. You find 4 things you can touch. You find 3 things you can hear. You find 2 things you can smell and you find 1 thing that you can taste. Now, I'll be honest, I usually can't remember all of those, but it doesn't matter. Like, the point is to pay attention to something else besides what's going on in your head and kind of reset you. And then finally, on this last slide, I want to show you guys resources that can help. Honestly, if you do a Google search, there's buckets of information specifically for teenagers. Lots of websites where you can share your story. You can read stories from other people. This will help you know and learn that you are not the only one feeling this, because I promise you, you are not. Some of the ones listed down below, I'm going out of order. Sorry, Cameron. Amari Outreach for Teens.
Yes.
They're
Love
fantastic. They were founded by a Leander High School group of teenagers, and it's an incredible website. They've spoken here at Rock Point before. I love their hearts. Okay to Talk is a website where you can share your stories and read from other people. Anxiety Helper app is another favorite of mine. That's an app founded by a teenager for teenagers. When she was feeling suicidal and anxious, she channeled that energy into helping other people and learned to code. And she's this amazing human right now. And so she's using that to help other people. I think she's only 16, Amanda Southworth. She's incredible. And then if it's really bad, y'all, there's a crisis text line, 741-741. You can text hello. You can text whatever you want to them.
Keyword there is text, which is really nice.
Yeah,
because
and it's text.
I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like talking about it. So texting is really big also.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be in full-blown crisis to text these people. You can text them if you have a friend that you're really not sure what to do with. Maybe they've shared something with you that you're like, ooh, I don't know who to say this to. You can text these people and they'll tell you. It's counselors that are on the other end of that phone, and they'll give you advice and they'll help you through it. Any other things that you can think of that have helped you, Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always been the people around me. Especially I'm looking around the room. I mean, I have some really good people in my corner. So don't be afraid to lean on people. John FaceTimed me yesterday just to make funny faces at me, but it made my day so much better. I was having a stressful day and just having that, I mean, little things. Just don't forget, it's really easy to think, oh, I'm alone, I'm by myself, but stop and look around, like my family, my friends, everything. And so for me, just leaning on the people around me is really big.
Yeah, it is really big. And I think you'll find that once you actually open your mouth and speak up to what you're feeling, you're going to hear a lot of me toos. I always say that in any presentation I give, that a lot of times when I share my story, it's astounding to me how many people go, wow, really? Me too, let me share my story. And the stories are incredible. Finally, I can't stress to you enough, again, say it out loud. It loses its power. Say it to God, say it to your leader, say it to me, just say it to somebody. I know it feels like you're the only one. I promise you're not. Statistics show that 1 in 6 young people ages 6 to 17 experience some level of mental unwellness. So that's a staggering number if you think about how many kids come to Takeover and you count off 1 through 6. And most importantly, if you or someone you know is feeling suicidal or, just not feeling right, feeling like you don't want to be here, tell an adult, y'all. You can't carry that weight on your own. I promise. It's too big. It's too hard. And you might feel like your friend is going to be mad at you. Let him be mad at you, because they'll still be here. And that's really what matters. So reach out to a leader or anyone at Rock Point, and I'm happy to connect you with more resources that might be specific to you. If you're struggling with something in particular like self-harm or eating disorder, any of that kind of stuff, there's just a ton of things that I'm happy to connect you with for resources.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Stephanie's going to pray for us really quick, and then we're going to get into another giveaway, and then we'll go into groups.
God, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with these incredible teenagers tonight. God, I know that these kids are having a hard time through shelter in place and missing out on all their opportunities for the end of the school year and missing their friends, and that can feel sad and lonely, God. put your arms around them, Lord, and let them know that you are there, you are in control, you know how this ends, and that they can overcome anything, and anything that they're going through is temporary, God. Just wrap your arms around them and let them feel safe. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much. Like I said, if you have any questions for Stephanie, don't feel free to DM us on Instagram and we'll get you in touch and everything. But so now Stephanie and John are gonna switch places really quick, and then we're gonna fix and to announce our takeover dance winner. So what's gonna happen? Okay, what we announced last week that we are gonna have this contest this week. Then we asked you to make some takeover dance, TikTok dance videos, not takeover. Sorry, I had a tongue twister there. TikTok dance videos, and you submitted them to us, and they went ahead and decided the winner. Do we want to just go ahead and go on out?
Yeah, let's go ahead and announce these winners. First of all, thank you so much to everybody who submitted videos. It was a lot of fun. We hope you had as much fun making them as we did watching them, and y'all did an awesome job. There were some really good ones. And so we're going to do a middle school giveaway first. Drum roll. All right, your winner, your middle school TikTok 2020 Takeover Live. Yeah, drum roll that.
I only have one hand.
Natalie Ramsey, congratulations.
Awesome, Natalie.
You did it. All right, you win middle school. High school, one more drum roll, please. Gabby J. Congratulations, Gabby. You win our high school TikTok dance challenge video contest. Good job.
Awesome. So what's really cool is these will be posted on on the Takeover TikTok, which Brooke said earlier. It's rp.takeover. So y'all be sure to go follow us. Brooke will be posting those tonight, so they can be shared with everyone. And then, awesome.
All right. Well, hey, we'll be back next week at 7 o'clock. We hope to see all of you there. And now we're going to turn it over to Cameron, and he's going to dismiss y'all to groups. Thanks for being here.
Awesome. So what's fixing to happen, leaders? Now's the time to leave and go start your Zoom groups. A slide is going to go on the screen right now with the Leander group numbers. Y'all go ahead, screenshot whatever you need to do, and then right after that, the Liberty Hill ones are going to go on, and then there'll be a phone number on the screen if you need help finding a group. So y'all be sure to screenshot. They're going to go through those, and then y'all have an awesome week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.